Hey guys, Isabel here. Welcome back to Reeled In. So today is September 1st. Happy back to Hogwarts. The new term at Hogwarts will be starting today, so grab your wands, your parchment, your quills, and I hope you guys have a great time at Hogwarts. I'm excited for my classes. But now that the term has started, that means Halloween is right around the corner. I have my trusty Halloween shirt on. It's a jack-o'-lantern face, if you can't tell. And I thought it'd be fun to do a sort of a Halloween advent calendar, Harry Potter themed, of course, for you guys. Now, I just have one because I was at Barnes & Noble's like a month ago and I saw it and I thought it'd be really fun to open up for you guys on video and show you guys what's available and how there's probably other options if you don't like this one in particular that you can purchase for yourself. And now this is unopened, but here we have from the films of Harry Potter, the Dark Arts Halloween Countdown. It's a little glary because I haven't opened up the plastic yet. Now this isn't the full month of October, but it is a countdown to Halloween with 13 days of surprises. So I'll be opening up the full calendar and yeah, I'm going to show you guys what's in there, what I think of them, and if you guys are excited, hopefully you can get one of these before Halloween starts. But let's take off the plastic. Honestly, I love the colors. We have Dark Arts here in purple, and then Halloween Countdown in green, and then we have some black, dark purple Dementors, and they all have metallic foiling, which I personally love. And of course, in the background, we have the pretty popular image of the Dementors crossing a full moon in the sky. And on the back, we have a little bit more of information. From the films of Harry Potter, Dark Arts Halloween Countdown. Celebrate Halloween with over a dozen Harry Potter collectibles inspired by the dark arts. Celebrate the days and nights leading up to Halloween with a spooky countdown calendar filled with one-of-a-kind keepsakes, including unique facts about everything from Lord Voldemort to the unforgivable curses. These 13 mystery pockets are packed with mischievous gifts that will delight your inner dark wizard. Enjoy magical mementos, behind-the-scenes secrets, and more as you celebrate Halloween for longer than just one day. Open one surprise a day beginning on October 19th, or any day that you'd like. Make your own rules with this countdown calendar that celebrates the darker side of the Wizarding World. Now this is from Insight Editions, and it's licensed by Warner Brothers, so I would say it's pretty official. It's pretty official Wizarding World merchandise. It even has the Wizarding World logo on the bottom here. And it advertised that there are more than 20 collectibles over the 13 days. And of course they used 13 days because, you know, 13's a bad number, a superstitious number. So I just gave you a peek, but let's open it up fully. Ooh. I feel like I'm reading to like a classroom right now. But on the inside we have what looks like little letters and pockets, and they're made of paper, a very thick paper like a parchment or an envelope would, and they have, you know, different images of Death Eaters, and Bellatrix is on here, and obviously Voldemort. The Dark Mark, Nagini's on here, of course a Deathly Hallow symbol over here as well. The color scheme is green, purple, and black/silver. A great, I think, Harry Potter Halloween color scheme, in my opinion. But honestly, I actually have no idea what's gonna be in here, so let's just go day by day and see what we pull out. So here we're gonna start with the first day, or I guess secret number 1. A purple envelope with an image of a Death Eater on it. Let's open this bad boy. So in pocket number 1, we have a card saying dark creatures and ghosts of the Wizarding World. I think a lot of these are going to be like information packets, so I think it'll be less really collectibles or toys and stuff like that, but we're obviously only on day 1, so we'll see. But it's a little booklet depicting creatures and ghosts, and it has information regarding these beings. So on the first page is the basilisk, and of course you can't have a ghost without nearly headless Nick. And the Fat Friar. I have a feeling they're going to include each ghost of the 4 Hogwarts houses. Also, I'm not going to read out the entire information, but if you guys want to pause the video and check out what it says, feel free. And of course, the Ravenclaw ghost, the Grey Lady, aka Rowena's daughter. The Bloody Baron who killed the Grey Lady, if you guys remember from the Deathly Hallows book. And of course, probably the most Halloween creature in the Wizarding world, in Fairy. So that was from pocket number 1. Let's check out pocket number 2. I personally love finding out more information about the Wizarding world, and even though some of this is probably information I kind of already know, it's still fun just to have like a little booklet of it. I was really searching for a while for number 2. All right, so number 2 is a larger envelope here, and it has what I would call probably, you know, like the tarot card designs. That's what I would say. There's some skeletons on here. I see some of the mascots from the Hogwarts houses. But let's open it up and see what we got. So these are some cards, sort of like a deck of cards. On the front, I'm not gonna look at what's on the back yet, but on the front we have, of course, Harry Potter and the Dark Mark in a green triangle with a patterned background. So let's look at the cards. Let's see what it says. Oh, we have Barty Crouch Jr. I'm assuming these are all going to be Slytherins or people associated with dark magic. Bellatrix Lestrange. I feel like these are kind of like collector cards, which are kind of cool. Peter Pettigrew, not to Slytherin, but a Gryffindor gone bad. I think we all know he probably should have been placed in Slytherin. That's my strong opinion on something that doesn't matter at all. My other strong opinion that really doesn't matter at all is that Percy Weasley should have been placed in Slytherin, specifically because his greatest character trait is literally ambition. So there you go. Lucius Malfoy. And there you have it. So you have 4 Dark Wizard playing cards. I wouldn't even call them playing cards. I would call them collector cards. So that's number 2. Let's head on to number 3, the envelope, which has a Death Eater mask on the front of it. Let's see what's, ooh, is this a sticker? I do love stickers. It is a little bent, which is kind of annoying because, you know, you're gonna get the crease, I feel like, when you stick it on stuff. But it is a sticker. This sticker is honestly kind of cool. Perfect if you are a dark arts / dark wizard lover. It is the dark mark, Voldemort's mark, and in a circle along the sides of the mark is the words Mors Morta, which is the spell to conjure the dark mark, and then of course it just says dark bar next to it. So fun sticker to have to put on your laptop or your water bottle or wherever you put your stickers, or just to leave, you know, without sticking it on to anything and just kind of keeping it as a collector's piece. So far, this is my favorite, because it is a sticker, you can put it places, but I also like the detail of adding the spell that casts the dark mark. I like that a lot. It resonates with me. So we've done 3 so far, and it's time to move on to the 4th, which is a green envelope with Bellatrix Lestrange. This is another larger one, so I'm very interested to see what we pull out. There's a couple things in here. This is pretty awesome. It is, there's 3 things in the pocket, but you get 2 coasters, and each side of the coaster has a different Death Eater mask, which I love the Death Eater masks. You know, they're creepy, but they're so decorative. And so now, like, even if you wanted to make your own, now you have a reference. Because I know, you know, Bellatrix and Lucius are usually the popular ones. There's a lot of references for them, but now you have at least 4. I forgot how many were in total Death Eaters, but you have at least 4 of them, which is pretty cool. And now, this is actually really cool. I'm so glad they added this. But we have a recipe for Anti-Dementor hot chocolate. And it's Professor Lupin's hot chocolate recipe. Apparently this recipe is featured in Harry Potter's Feasts and Festivities and yields about 6 servings. It includes a 1/4 cup unsweetened cocoa powder, a 1/2 cup of sugar, a pinch of salt, a 1/3 cup of water, a 1/2 cup of heavy cream, 2 ounces of dark chocolate, and 3 cups of milk. Don't forget the whipped cream, and a chocolate bar for garnish. On the back it has the directions on how to make this. Honestly, when the weather gets a little bit chillier, I'm gonna try it out. Well, I hope it's good. I'm gonna try it. So I said the sticker was my favorite. This is my favorite now. The only thing though is I feel like it should have been switched. Like the envelope with the Death Eater mask should have had this, and then the Bellatrix envelope should have had the sticker. But let's get to 5, which we have an image of the Deathly Hallows symbol. Ooh, what is this? Oh, here we have, oh, it's like one of those shadow puppet things. It's an image of a Dementor, and it has a clear plastic surrounding the image of the Dementor. So if you shine a light through the back, through this window here, and if you aim the light at a dimly lit room, you can scare your friends. Let's give it a try. I tried to dim the lights as best I could. Let's see if it worked. Get a little flashlight going. Can you guys see that? That's cool though, a fun little collectible. And I feel like if you're just kind of like laying in bed at night, just put it on your ceiling, that would feel like be kind of cool. And now, day 6. We have a purple envelope with the words Avada Kedavra. Hope I didn't just unalive someone. But let's open it up and see what's in here. This one looks pretty packed. So let's see what we have. It feels like very small cards. Okay, very small. Coaster cardboard cards. On the front it says Harry Potter match game. I think I already know what this is. On the back are 2 images of Snape. It doesn't come with directions, but I think it's like those internet games where you lay them all out on a flat surface face down, and then you have to sort of turn one over one at a time, and then eventually you find one that matches, and then you have to face both of them up. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. It's also a memory game as well, because you have to remember, let's say the first tile you picked up was Snape, but then you didn't get Snape until like the 3rd row. You have to remember that the first one was Snape, and then like the 4th one, 3rd row is also Snape, so you can flip them over. But let's just talk about who's in here. Of course, we have Snape. I think this was Bathilda Bagshot, but when Nagini was weirdly possessing her body, or imitating her somehow. That's still kind of confusing to me, to be honest. Bellatrix Lestrange, Draco Malfoy. Interestingly enough, we have Harry Potter, but I guess you can't leave out the hero of your story. Lucius Malfoy. We have one of the Snatchers, Voldemort. Peter Pettigrew. And of course, Nagini. So again, there are 2 piles. These have the same characters as the one I just showed you. And again, you're just kind of matching them. So fun little activity to include. And maybe I'll play it soon. Maybe I'll test my memory. So that was day 6. And now the biggest envelope is day 7 with Voldemort. So let's open them up and see what we have here. I think this might be a craft activity. It is kind of a craft activity, but not the one I expected. Here we have 2 pumpkin decorating stencil sheets. One is a snake with its tongue sticking out, and the other is the outline of the Deathly Hallows. And we have another card with what the image will look like when it is carved into the pumpkin. I think the Deathly Hallows one is going to be significantly harder than the snake because you're leaving, I think, a very thin section of the pumpkin to form the Deathly Hallows symbol, which, if you're not careful, can be very difficult and you can break easily. But there are instructions on the back of the card. So pretty simple. Punch out the black perforated pieces of the stencils and discard them. Tape the stencil onto the pumpkin so it lays as flat as possible on the pumpkin. Use a marker to trace the stencil onto the pumpkin. Remove the paper. It says paint or color, but honestly, I would try and actually carve it out. If you want to carve it out too, if you are young enough, definitely ask your parents or guardian for help / their permission. But I mean, you can't have Halloween without pumpkin decorating. So that was day 7, moving on to day 8, which is a smaller envelope, but it has the image of the Dark Mark. So we have another game. I've never heard of this one, but it's called Draw This. Harry Potter versus Voldemort. You're basically doing hand-drawn charades, so I think it's actually pretty similar to Pictionary, but you have 2 teams of at least 2 players on each team. So yeah, as I'm reading the directions, it sounds pretty much exactly like Pictionary. You have a Harry Potter card versus a Voldemort card, and then the drawer has to draw what this word is, and then their teammate has to guess what it is they're drawing before they finish. So fun game, not necessarily Halloween themed, but Harry Potter themed game. And here I believe is another sticker, and this sticker is pretty awesome. It's a potion label and it even feels like old parchment paper. It doesn't have a plasticky feel, which I'm shooketh. Like, I didn't think that was possible. But this is potion number 113. Labeled extremely poisonous. Contains jobberknoll feathers and syrup of arnica. I actually have a bunch of old bottles that I was going to use to like make my own little potion, and now that I have a label, I'm going to put it on there. 8 is complete. Now moving on to 9. So 9 is a black and green envelope, and the green is the design of the Deathly Hallows symbol. Oh, this is cool. We have a little booklet of the Tales of Beetle the Bard. I do have the actual book of the tales, and I think this one is probably the Three Brothers story. But that's really cute. Little travel size too. You can always keep it in your pocket if you ever want to regale your friends with your knowledge of Harry Potter. Oh, that's cool. It says The Tales of Beetle the Bard for Little People with original illustrations by Luxo Caruzos. And on the top here it has a hand-drawn symbol of the Deathly Hallows, which is what Dumbledore wrote on his copy that he gave to Hermione once the items of his will were given away. Oh, it's the Tales of Three Brothers, so I might have been exaggerating when I said you could read it to your friends because it's written in runes, which is how the copy that Dumbledore gave Hermione is actually written. It's not written in English, it's written in runes, and Hermione has to translate. So this is like a more authentic version. This is really cool. The illustrations are amazing. Obviously you have the three brothers in the first picture, and each 2 pages is a different story. So that was the three brothers. You have the hopping pot, which has an image of the pot next to it. You have a Spellman's syllabary, the fountain of fair fortune, and then Rabbity Babbity and the cackling stump. Honestly, cute little booklet. I love the fact that it's in runes, and the illustrations and the artistry and the symbols, it just really makes me feel like this is, an original version of it. Like I'm actually in the Wizarding World, and this is my own copy. So number 9 has been completed. We have 4 days left. So now it's time to open up number 10, a small envelope with black and white stripes. I wonder what could be in here, because it is a pretty small. Ooh, interesting. Here we have a patch of the dark mark. Looking at the actual mark itself, it's very detailed, and it is a smaller item, and so getting details on smaller items can be really difficult. So I love the image, the detail. Personally, I think it's a little weirdly shaped, and I'm not a big patch person, so this isn't as exciting for me as it could be with other people. I can't tell, but it might be an iron-on patch. There is like a film on the back. I think you have to take it off, and basically you iron it on. I was trying to think if it's like a stick-on patch, but I don't. Oh, actually, yeah. Okay, I think it is a stick-on, because I think you can take off the parchment paper on the back, and so stick it on to like your backpack or your shirt or wherever you wish to put the patch. And now on to day 11. A larger envelope than last time, but still pretty small compared to some of the ones that we've opened. It is a purple and black striped envelope. Ooh, this is pretty neat. We have a keychain of Slytherin's locket. It is made out of what I would probably classify as rubber. The colors are gold and black. We have the gold S surrounded by the external, I think more protruding aspects of the locket, and just a little fun item you can add to your keychain or hang on your shelf or whatever you wish to do with it. 2 more days, guys. Can you believe this is almost over? But here we are at day 12 with the smallest envelope, another purple and black paper. Oh, and here we have a pin. I actually have a pin already very similar to this, but it's a very small white pin with an image of a Deathly Hallow. So again, fun to put onto your backpack, your lunchbox, even your shirts, wherever you put your pins, or on a pin board if you like to collect pins like I do. Just a fun little collector's piece, although I would sort of say not very well made. It kind of feels like the backing is going to fall off very easily. It's quite loose. So if I had a critique on this specific piece, that would be it. All right, guys, the last day, the 13th. Friday the 13th? No. Today's Thursday. But the 13th, and of course, you can't have the dark arts without Nagini. So let's open up the 13th day. And usually, hopefully, you'd open it on October 31st, Halloween. Let's see what we get. So now this is pretty cool. It's one of those card holders that you put on the back of your phone. It's green and it has the Slytherin crest printed on the front. Now I personally am not a Slytherin, I'm a Hufflepuff, so I would not really use this for me personally, but it is a great gift idea. If you want to give your friend a gift for Halloween, you have one. If you yourself are not a Slytherin, if you are a Slytherin, then definitely use this for yourself. It's again made out of a rubbery material, and I feel like you could probably put a good amount of cards in here. I would say maybe 6. 6 is cutting it close, but I think you could probably fit 6 cards in here. Well guys, thanks for joining me as I unboxed the Halloween advent calendar. I think my favorite item was probably the hot chocolate recipe. I cannot wait to try it and to display the new Death Eater coasters that I got. So I got this at Barnes & Noble's, but if you went to insighteditions.com, I'm sure you could find this there. They may have other versions, I have not checked yet. But also if you do a search for Harry Potter Halloween advent calendars, I'm sure if you do not enjoy this one, you can find one that you do like. I do not have time to look for more. I've been pretty busy lately, unfortunately. But when I saw this, I really wanted to get it. That'd be a fun thing to do with you guys, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you enjoyed the items, and I hope you guys have a great spooky season. But guys, leave a like on the video, comment what was your favorite day from the advent calendar, and if you guys get this, I hope you enjoy it. Or if you get this for a friend, I hope they enjoy it as well. And be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss future Harry Potter content, Harry Potter merchandise reviews, and the Wizarding World of Harry Potter vlogs. But guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.